Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Bramble Fox. And for this layout I'm using some of the new goodies that are in the shop, and I'm using the Holiday Happy collection plus the teeny fish in tropical and in frosty, and the summer word fetty too. So for this layout, I've decided to use the Simple Stories Just Beachy. I think it goes really well with the word paradise. So I've got an idea of what I want to make. It takes a little bit of time to come together, but when it does, I'm pleased with the result. So I've used this collection before, so I haven't got necessarily whole sheets. So I'm having a look at the 6x8 pad and this tag paper, and I'm cutting it up just so I can get to the tags that I want. Looking at doing a vertical column down the centre of this 12x12 white cardstock there, and I'm just looking for some papers with some smaller, maybe plainer patterns. So I'm just having a look at everything I've got. That's one of my typical things. I can't make a start until I know what I've got on offer. So there's a stripy tag there off the tag sheet that I'm going to keep at the top, and I want to find essentially 4 more tags further down. I've come across this cut apart sheet and I see a couple of bits that I like, so I take those whilst I see them, and I'm hoping I'm going to add those in too. But the goodies in the shop at the moment really go very well with this collection, with a nice strong hot pink, and then there's a nice lighter blue, and then you've got a stronger blue and a yellowy, like a yellowy orange as well. So this 6x8 paper, I wish I'd got this as a 12x12, but I don't. So I'm using the 6x8 piece and I'm cutting it into long strips, and I'm actually going to join them together. And you won't know in the end that I didn't have the 12x12. So I cut them into 2 inches because I want to pattern piece them. So it's going to start off longer than I need, but I'm going to obviously trim them down. I'm also going to make them slightly narrower later on, but I didn't want to be too hasty and cut into them because that's all I've got, and I definitely wanted to use that paper. So I've gone back to looking at what pieces I've got that I can use for the tags, and I've got one that's got like journaling lines on there, and that ends up being a little bit thinner, and I've got this nice blue with the wave as well, so I definitely want to use that. And I've got a pink with like a wood grain. I think that goes really well. Obviously all the colours match with the colours that are in the pieces on the side, so because it's all one collection, I know it's all going to go together, but I'm just looking for some small patterns because then I want to build from there. I think that I'm literally made my selection of 5. I'm just cutting the blue there. I want them all to be slightly different shapes and sizes, the tags that I'm going to make, and I've decided to use the hot pink one there at the bottom, and I'm going to cover it enough that it hides the pattern that's on it. So I'm now looking at the ephemera that came with this collection, and I've decided I'm definitely going to use the word paradise as part of my title, and that's going to go on the pink wood grain tag eventually. I'll make it into a tag. So I haven't printed any photos at this stage because I wanted to wait and see what size tags I make. So I'm just going to get the bits for the sides, trim down, get them straight first. And I ended up trimming them, I think they're 1.5 inches wide down each side. So I now need to concentrate on the tags in the center. I fussy cut, there's a square Polaroid that says love out of a journaling card, and I'm going to go through all the bits and pieces. I've decided that I actually want to scrap some photos from my son's honeymoon in the Maldives, and I want to scrap 3 photographs on 3 of the tags, and I'm going to have journaling on one, and I'm going to have some some embellishments on the 5th. So that's kind of what's going on in my mind at this stage. I decided that bright pink tag doesn't suit the die cut boarding card, so I'm trimming an actual tag down, making it a little bit narrower than it was originally to have at the bottom, just to make it pop the boarding pass to pop a little bit more on there. So I've trimmed that down, and I'm much happier now that that's at the bottom. I know the blue one stands out a bit at the moment, but once I add some blues and greens to some of the other tags, I feel that it will actually match in. So I'm going to make them tag shape first, because at the moment they just look like sorry rectangles. So I want them to alternate which way they face. I do love a bit of symmetry, and so I'm just using some of the other tags as a guide to get the, so they all look similar with the dimensions at the end. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm now starting to like the feel of this layout. I think I've actually got to grips with it in my mind, and sometimes that's half the battle. And I've decided to make a start on the tag at the top. I really like these little huts in a row, and it's the sort of thing that my son stayed in when he was on his honeymoon. There's a little bit of sticker there underneath. It's one of those scallop ones that comes on the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and it matches the paper on the side, so that brings that in nicely. And there's a little key there that was on the chipboard, so I've got that too, and I've made that wood grain now into a tag. Definitely going to have the word paradise and a photograph, and I'm looking at the bigger tag in the center now, just getting that tag like. I've also brought in a punch which does those like ring enforcers, or whatever you call them, those strengtheners, and that means that the ones I've made, the tags I've made myself, I can make them look much more like the Simple Stories ones. I've also got some of the word fetty there that I've brought in, and the little tropical frosted teeny fish. Included in the fish are some packed with some little flowers, and there's some starfish as well, so they're perfect. So I had to take a break from the layout, which meant I came back to it on a different day to finish it off due to other commitments. So I cleared the decks a little bit and decided to concentrate on finishing these tags. I printed out my photos, and because I'm very lucky and I've got a selfie printer, I printed them specifically to fit the tags. But you could cut down a normal size photograph and then back it on cardstock to get it to fit. So I've got a sunset by the word paradise. I've got one of those, they were in like an infinity pool in the middle one, with a floating breakfast tray, I'm told. And the third photo is them scuba diving or snorkeling, and which means that I can certainly use some of those beautiful teeny fish, and that is the plan. So I'm just bringing in a few embellishments from the collection, some little flowers, leaves, and some geotags, just to add some decoration alongside the perspectives. And I brought a couple of small alphas in as well, because I want to add to the title. Decided I need something more around the sunset photo, and I brought in my weather dyes from Bramble Fox, and I decided that there's a little, I mean, it's a sunburst essentially, but I know it's a sunset photo, but I think that little peak of that orangey yellow looks quite nice out the corner of the photo, and I've added a little heart on there too. Off camera, I've stuck the basics to each of the tag that I've already picked, and I'm now just seeing if any extra bits and pieces, any stickers, any perspectives that I can just add with a little bit of foam or on a glue dot, just to finish them off. Do check out all the new perspectives in the Bramble Fox store. It's bramblefox.co.uk, and there's new perspectives added to the store every month, so I would really keep your eye on them there. I'm just trying to get my title sorted there. If you saw, I've added a few letters to some freezer paper, which is a bit like a wax paper really, so I can see if they actually fit. So I've actually written Paradise Found. I've just added some little white stickers from my stash to finish the title, and now I've decided to add a geotag from this collection above the word paradise, as if to say X marks the spot, this is the place. So I'm just going to start to stick things down now, starting with the title. It's a little bit fiddly trying to get the letters underneath the word paradise, so I ended up, luckily I hadn't stuck the tag down. And then I bring in the enamel docs that come from this collection as well, so I'm going to add a couple of there just to highlight the word found. I think I'll add to the center of one of the flowers as well. Just a bit of double-sided tape now, and I'm going to start to stick these down. I start with the top and the bottom one, because then you know how much space you've got to deal with in between, and I'm happy with the spacing. Lots of lovely dimension there. So I'm going to finish with a full image and some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up. Happy to answer any questions you've got about this layout or the perspectives that I've used. And I hope to see you here again real soon. This was Sheena for Bramble Fox. Bye for now.